Peace 1-2, what's up y'all? D Prime 215 here. So here we are once again, time flies, right? G1 Climax predictions. This year, G1 Climax 30, G1 Climax 2020, whatever you want to call it. The world has been on tilt for pretty much this whole year. 2020 has thrown everyone curveballs. Just throw a pause in there just because, I don't want someone pausing me, so I'm gonna just throw the pause in there. But anyway, back to the video. 2020 has been crazy, man. So everything is kind of on tilt. The G1 Climax was already going to be later in the year because of the Olympics that was supposed to take place in Japan, but that didn't happen because of the pandemic. So now it's still taking place later. It might be later than it was originally scheduled. Anyway, it starts on September 19th, if I'm not mistaken. So my predictions for the G1 Climax 30. A little bit before I even get into that, I'm not going to keep you waiting too long. Again, because of the world being out of whack right now, a lot of things are kind of changed, and my biggest disappointment in the G1 this year is that we're not getting Jon Moxley. I shed a thug tear off camera. I'm not going to do that on camera for y'all because, we got to keep it real for the streets. I hope you can understand my sarcasm. But anyway, yeah, we're not getting Jon Moxley. I really wanted to see, we might get it down the line. I really want to see Jon Moxley versus Kazuchika Okada at some point. I was really keeping my fingers crossed for that, but we're not getting that this year. But hopefully down the road we can get that. Anyway, as far as my predictions for the G1 Climax 30, this year is way easier for me to predict than last year. I don't know everything, I never claimed to, but my predictions are on the ball most of the time. Last year I said Kota Ibushi was winning. He was my top pick and he won. This year, since so many people can't be in the G1 and so many things are out of whack, you'll probably hear me say that a lot through this prediction video. And given the timing of everything, my top pick to win the G1 is the Switchblade Jay White. King Switch, time to breathe with the Switchblade and all that good stuff. I think it's his time to win the G1. I think he was going to win a G1 anyway, but I think especially now where we are, he would make the most sense to win this G1. Also, you have to understand that, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but at Wrestle Kingdom 15 in 2021, Tetsuya Naito was defending both championships. So again, the IWGP Double Championship, Heavyweight, and Intercontinental. I don't think anyone besides Jay White right now out of the top 4 or 5 players they have in New Japan would make sense to dethrone Tetsuya Naito. Who else besides Jay White? Okada doesn't need it. That being said, aside from Jay White, the only other person I can see winning the G1 this year would be Kazuchika Okada. Now, I know you're going to say Kazuchika Okada has been in the spotlight since he was born. And to be honest, you're really not wrong. Well, at least since the Rainmaker, but I get the point, right? He's been in the spotlight in New Japan forever. The only reason I say Okada is the fact that Okada has not won the G1 Climax since 2014. G1 24, when he defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in the finals. I think Shinsuke should have won that G1, but that's a whole other conversation. So with that being said, since it's been 6 years since his last victory, like winning the G1 Climax, that's why I think Okada would be kind of a second pick. But even though he's a second pick, he's so far away from winning, in my opinion, right? So I'm looking at Jay White winning. This is a pretty interesting year also because since the G1 Climax starts this month in September, mid-September, and it ends around mid-October, I don't know if we're getting King of Pro Wrestling. So the champion tends to lose 1 or 2 matches in the G1, and those 1 or 2 people who defeat the champion, IWGP Heavyweight Champion, in this case the double champion, they tend to get like a match, right? So it's like what King of Pro Wrestling, they may or may not do one at Destruction, or they do something at Destruction, or whatever it is, right? So depending on where they defeat the champion. So I don't know if we're getting King of Pro Wrestling this year as the pay-per-view. That may or may not be why we had the King of Pro Wrestling tournament earlier this year, which, the GOAT Toru Yano won. But it's going to be interesting, man. So Whoever wins, I think it's going to be Jay White, who defeats Tetsuya Naito. If they get a title shot, when it's going to be, so on and so forth. If it's going to be against Tetsuya Naito, who knows? But there it is, you have it. My prediction, I'm looking at Jay White winning the G1 Climax 30. Who do you guys think is going to win the G1 Climax 30? What fantasy matches do you want to see happen? What are you disappointed about? Me, I wish Jon Moxley could be there, but he can't be. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to your man, D-Prime215, Philly represent. I got this shirt. I'm just hyped to show this shirt off. I got this at Fighting Spirit Unleashed in Philly last year. Who knows, New Japan's coming back to Philly, so I had to get this shirt, you know, as a souvenir. But once again, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.